Alright, so I'm reading this book called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, and it's pretty interesting. So basically, they put a rat into a maze, and when the rat went into the maze, at first it heard a click, and this is how hard its brain was working. It's kind of like all over the place, just trying to figure this stuff out. And then after a week or so, when it became a habit, this is how active the brain was when it was running through the maze. So some important points here is the loop, the habit loop. So basically, your basal ganglia helps create habits and makes things effortless. The reason we have habits is because the brain is constantly looking for ways to save effort. So by having a habit, it doesn't have to really be there and think so hard. It's just basically on autopilot. It just got it down. The process in which the brain converts a sequence of actions into an automatic routine is known as chunking. Some are simple. You automatically put toothpaste on your toothbrush before sticking it in your mouth. Some are more complicated, like getting dressed or making breakfast, which is why sometimes it's better to just eat the same thing every day, because you don't have to exert so much effort on planning your meals. You just basically eat the same thing, and then it's a habit, and you don't have to think about it. So the routine, the habit loop, basically looks like this. There is a cue. Hold on. First, there's a cue, which is a trigger that tells your brain to go into automatic mode and which habit to use. Then there's the routine, which can be physical or mental or emotional. And thirdly, there's the reward, which helps your brain figure out if this particular loop is worth remembering, if this particular habit is effective and efficient. And efficient brains were useful because they're smaller and then more, had higher chance of success in childbirth, and not so many mothers would die from it. So that's the loop: cue, routine, reward. And just talking about here, unless you deliberately fight a habit, unless you find new routines, the pattern will unfold automatically. So we're going to get into more of this, but that's a start.